Caitlin, Kelsey, Aaliyah, congratulations on making the All-Star game. 3 people from the same team is crazy and just shows what a bright future you guys all have. Go Fever.
All right, that was Tyrese Halliburton commenting on the 3 Indiana Fever that are actually going to be in the WNBA All-Star game a little bit later this month. On today's Underrated, we are going to talk about the Caitlin Clark effect. I never thought I'd say this on Sin City. We're going to get into that. Plus, we're going to cover the WNBA All-Star roster announcements. It is a brilliant move by the WNBA and USA Basketball to actually play each other in this particular game. I can't wait to see it. Looking forward to it. But first, we begin tonight with an emotional Angel Reese, who, by the way, has just put up some spectacular numbers for a rookie in the WNBA.
Well, we won today. We won today, but they just told me I'm an all-star. And, I mean, I'm just so happy. I know the work I put in. Coming into this league, so many people doubted me and didn't think my game would translate and I wouldn't be the player that I was in college or better or would be worse and wouldn't be where I am right now. But I trusted the process and I believed, and I'm thankful that I dropped to 7 and was able to come to Chicago, and it's just a blessing. I can't thank my teammates and my coaches enough for just believing in me and trusting me, and I know all of them are going to come to Phoenix and support me, so I'm really happy right now.
So that was Angel Reese, as you can see, being a little bit emotional. We posted an article on our underrated.media website a little earlier in the week about Angel Reese. We proposed the question, which was simple. Do you think Angel Reese would still be drafted number 7 in the WNBA if the draft were held today? Personally, I think the answer is absolutely not. She has proven, at least through the first half of the season, that Angel Reese not only belongs in the WNBA, but could eventually one day actually make her way into the top 10 WNBA players. She absolutely deserved to go higher than 7 in this past WNBA draft. Now, in terms of the game that went down in Las Vegas last night between the Las Vegas Aces and the Indiana Fever, we're running some of Kelsey Plum's highlights for you right now. And Kelsey Plum, I think, often goes underlooked. You know, the records primarily that Caitlin Clark broke were actually held by Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum actually won a Olympic gold medal. Sure, it was for 3-on-3 basketball, but hell, those games were actually played outside. In terms of the Caitlin Clark effect on Sin City, you know, I started to think about this whole Caitlin Clark effect as a whole, and it sort of reminds me of the iPhone 2 being released. That is the kind of attention that Caitlin Clark has gotten. Now, just imagine the iPhone 2 being released once every 2 months. That seems to be what is happening with Caitlin Clark and the effect that she's having on the WNBA. You know, first we had the absolutely astronomical ratings that came down for the NCAA women's basketball tournament and championship games. The Caitlin Clark effect was certainly there. Then we moved on to the just unbelievable ratings for the WNBA draft. Not only did they sell out, but they probably could have sold out Madison Square Garden or Barclays Center if they wanted to. That's just for attendance. But the TV ratings were certainly, and streaming ratings were certainly off the hook and set all sorts of new records for the WNBA. Then we move on to the first couple games that Caitlin Clark plays in the WNBA, and once again, the TV ratings are off the hook. We take a look at a bad Washington Mystics team, and we look at how many people showed up to actually watch her play a game against that bad Washington Mystics team. Now, they have improved since then. I will give the Mystics some credit. A lot of times once a team is bad, it stays bad. But in this particular case, I think the Mystics coaching staff has done a nice job at least showing some improvement this year. Look, the Indiana Fever are not one of the top teams in the WNBA right now. And quite frankly, I'm not sure their head coach will be there when they are. That being said, the effect that she had on the T-Mobile Arena was absolutely electric last night. And Kelsey Plum, who poured in 34 points, absolutely stole the show away from Caitlin Clark, who almost finished with a triple-double and ended up with 13 points in that game. The Fever absolutely stood and hung in that game at least through 3 quarters and then completely fell apart in the 4th quarter. Asia Wilson was once again great, and she put up 28 in that particular victory. In terms of the WNBA All-Star Game, sometimes the WNBA historically over the years has, quite frankly, not made the right decisions. In this particular case, they've absolutely made one of the right decisions to actually pit the WNBA All-Stars against the USA women's basketball team. If you thought the ratings were off the hook for the WNBA draft, wait till you see the improvement in the All-Star ratings for the WNBA All-Star Game this year. It is absolutely going to be must-see TV. And my hope is, unlike the NBA, my hope is that the WNBA All-Star players as well as the USA women's basketball team both treat this as if it were a Final Four game. All right, North America, that's it for today's Underrated. I want to know what you think. Please go ahead and drop in your comments. Hey, do check out our Big Sports website at underrated.media and subscribe to our Underrated Daily. We do cover the WNBA every single day in that particular newsletter. Hey, for the Underrated, I am Dave DeBaugh, wishing you all a tremendous rest of your sports viewing day. To the unbelievably dramatic drum beats, we go.
You've been listening to the Underrated Podcast with Dave DeBaugh, presented by underrated.media.